So let's set out. Our first story is this one. You know, for social media activist and critic, Martins Vincent Ose, popularly known as verydarkman, VDM, these are very dark days, if you ask me. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arrested the 31-year-old Edo-born Martins Vincent Ose shortly after visiting a branch of a second-generation bank at Abuja. Now, the arrest has reportedly raised questions regarding an alleged targeted crackdown, whereas the EFCC insists verydarkman was arrested for going against the financial and economic laws of the state. His lawyer, Deji Adeyanju, says his client is being punished for his radical views about the Nigerian elite. The debate is an intensive one, BKO.
We've spoken about verydarkman a number of times here. That suggested to him to moderate his own brand of activism.
Okay.
When he makes mistakes and his attention is drawn to it, he doesn't have to abuse people to the extent that he goes.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. A lot of people honor him and respect him for standing up for the oppressed. But I don't think that some of his methods should be sustained or should be encouraged. For example, putting on police uniform without authorization was against the law of the land. But at least we understand that he's trying to say that, look, he could actually play the role of the police for the underserved Nigerian people who want justice at every point. The EFCC has to come clean on why they arrested him. They've been quiet, and that quietude is something that people are bothered about. What has he done? What did they say to him? And VDM has even refused to talk to anyone since they put him in the cell. Said he doesn't want to talk to him. Even his lawyers would not talk to him once they put him in that cell. A lot of things happen. Nigerians lose a lot of their monies to banks. And you will expect that if VDM's mother becomes a victim of illegal deduction from her account, his son, who is known to afford for even people that I did not know, we want to come in and say, look, what's going on? Perhaps the method he used was wrong, and it was reported to the authorities, and they had to take action. But I don't think it's purely because of what he's been doing to the elite in our country. So there has to be a specific offense that he has committed. The FCC needs to come out and tell us and brief Nigerians. They shouldn't waste time and give room for speculations. Why are you holding this young man?
That's it, Doctor, you know, the problem with the youth is a lack of restraint, not knowing when to apply the brakes, as the BK had told us. You know, so now you are trying to strike a balance between him expressing his opinion. You know, they say a man is entitled to his opinion, but he's not entitled to his facts.
Yeah, well, from the little we have read and heard, because his brother also spoke on this matter, saying that somebody took a loan from the bank using their mother's details.
Okay.
So, what VDM did was going a little bit too far, because matters like that are not resolved.
Crossing the red line, as they say.
Matters like that are not resolved by violence or impunity. That's the point in this. What he should have done is what a lot of people do. All these banks, they are on X. They don't even want anything close to fraud about them to be mentioned. They will reply you quickly, under 2 minutes. You are getting you have your app with which you can raise queries.
They will have WhatsApp platform.
WhatsApp, everywhere is there with which you can raise all. And these things will be attended to in a matter of minutes. You don't need to show up here physically.
It's happened to me.
Sometimes I go somewhere, I buy things, and they deduct money. I don't quarrel with them because I know that money is going to come back. It will take days. So, and there are platforms with which you can, and that's why sometimes somebody said on one platform that the man needs a manager, and I said this man, the way he's carrying on, is not as bad as Portable is, but it's moving in that direction. Because when you fight without a plan,
restraint,
then you are going to lose it eventually. Because those who are backing you now will eventually run away when the thing gets to a head. So he needs to take it easy. I want more of VDMs because he has resolved a lot of issues for people, like people say, because people don't like bad publicity. But there is a way in which you go about it, in which you don't even cause chaos within the system. I want more of him, but I want him in the mold of somebody like Fowles. Fowles makes a lot of noise too, but you see, maybe because he's a lawyer, he knows where to draw the line. So he also needs to.
Otherwise, care must be taken so you don't take on too many wars and lose the battle.
And lose virtually everything. And lose it. And
like when he apprehended the idiot who was defecating on a bridge.
We came here. We talked about
the praised him. We praised him for that. He stood up to the guy, forced the guy to park his shit. Park your shit. You know? So there are things that he does that you must commend him. So, but some of his methods should not be encouraged. Some of his methods.
But aren't you troubled, BKO, that some of our legal minds in this country, they fail to take a second long, hard look at an issue, straightforward issue. The words they employ, if you understand what I mean.
You mean
as in the lawyers?
The lawyer,
this now.
A lawyer to an activist, when he becomes a lawyer,
you can see the difference.
Has not transited fully into the legal profession, because the activist in Adeyanju remains. That's why the fact that he's now qualified as a lawyer. But the activist in him remains, and you could sense that even in the way he responds to issues and all that. And he's a Williams lawyer. He has his hands full. But Adeyanju is a smart guy. He has also found other lawyers who, otherwise, he will get bogged down. You know, this will be the only matter that he will be facing every day, because there are so many people who are choosing to take this young man to court. And sometimes I wonder, how does he eventually come out of this? But we need the EFCC to come and tell us this is
why we are keeping
VDM has done, and this is how long we are going to keep him. In any case, they cannot detain him indefinitely.
Of course.
Yes, I expect that by Monday, he should be out of that place.
Otherwise, from